My name is Ryan Coates. I'm the VP of Fiber Development at Surf Internet. The time it took for us to move from a go decision on a market build to being actually ready to build prior to VETRO was maybe 2 months. But one of the big factors is that the scale of what we're doing has completely changed. At that time, it would take maybe 2 months, but what we were building was 300 passings. It was neighborhood by neighborhood. One of the things that VETRO has done is enabled us to scale to a completely different level, where previously, we're building 800 passings per month maximum. Now we can build 10,000 passings per month. And VETRO is a key portion in that it just allowed that scale. It allowed us to bring on more people because the ability to see and share the same data in the platform. So it really has been transitional and a critical portion of allowing us to scale up in speed, size, quality across the board. The time between area turn up and first customer, it has always been pretty short for us. Again, the scope is a little bit different. So now one of the things that we've got, instead of having the people who designed the fiber network in that area and maybe some of the construction people who helped build it, in the past we would have had them on site in the market for those first customer turnups because they know the network the best. And we didn't have the data published out in any sort of way because it was in KMZ file on this person's computer. It's in some spreadsheets and prints over there. Now that the data is all in VETRO, it's that day of turn up, we can have 20 installers go out into that area and install 60 customers that very day. And so the quantity of customers that we can hook up day one has multiplied tremendously. So much of our builds and our growth is very much revenue driven. It is important to us that the day serving area can go live, that we're generating revenue out of that serving area as soon as possible. Every day, every week missed on a new customer connection in a serving area, that's lost revenue that we will never get. That's a big opportunity lost. And so having VETRO allows us to get those customers connected fast, which allows us to start getting that revenue coming in faster, which then just helps to keep our growth moving forward. Prior to VETRO, we used Google Earth to do a lot of our designs. We used Excel spreadsheets. We use Visio to do our splice diagrams. And one of the things that I personally would do is print out those Visio diagrams, put them with the splice cases to give to our splicers who would go out there and then follow that paper diagram. And it was a pretty encumbered process. And one of the difficulties is, all right, this splicer is out sick, and the splicing diagram is in his truck, which is at his home. It just made the whole process painful. Now with VETRO, suddenly it's all in the system. The splicers just have a laptop in their truck. They open it up and there's all the data that they need. And if it's a different person who's doing the work than we thought, the data's all right there. And so having all of that data together in that one platform, definitely it's obvious the ease that it creates versus having paper printouts in this office, and we're doing a build in a completely separate state, and we're having to email files back and forth. It's a nightmare doing it the old way. The change management process, honestly, even when we first implemented VETRO, we internally had to change some of our processes because initially we only had a couple of licenses, and so people out in the field couldn't be editing or changing stuff in VETRO, they would still write it down on some paper, bring it back to the office where we had to have people make those changes. Now, as we've grown and gotten deeper with VETRO and how it's integrated into our company, now we have a lot more licenses and we've got the ability for people to make those changes in the field. If a fiber is cut and we have to switch to a different fiber, they can look in VETRO, see what's available, make those changes in the system right there, and instantly our system of record is updated. I think that the data accuracy, for me, the biggest factor related to data accuracy is customer satisfaction. We have our Net Promoter Scores that we track very closely, and without accurate data, the most simple outage can turn into hours and hours of downtime for our customers. Having the data, having it right there at hand, just makes it that much faster for us to repair any issues, bring those customers back online faster. And they're always appreciative that, hey, my service went down for a little bit, but the speed with which you guys repaired it is incredible. That helps keep those Net Promoter Scores high for us.